All right, we're live. What's up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to Deck Talk Podcast, man. We've got one killer show that we've been stoked about, guys. But if you don't know, guys, I am Colin Burnett.
And I'm Norman Lee. That's right, Colin. We have a heck of a show tonight. But first, we got a little bit of business to take care of. We have one of our sponsors to talk about for tonight's episode. This episode is brought to you by Bruiser Baits. Baits made for fishermen by fishermen, family owned and operated with one goal in mind: to build premium quality baits that are proven to put fish in your boat day in and day out. From soft plastics to jerk baits, crankbaits, flat out tungsten weights, apparel, and a whole lot more. Plus, if you like throwing walking topwater baits, you have got to check out their all new Dirty Dancer. Go to www.bruiserbaits.com. Make sure, don't forget, use that discount code DECKTALK10. Again, guys, that is bruiserbaits.com. Don't forget, make sure, use that discount code DECKTALK10. That's right, Colin, man. We have one heck of a show coming up for you for tonight. And our guest tonight, man, he is killing it, guys. But anyway, let's just get this thing started. You can probably already see him in the center of your screen there. But anyway, let's go here. Our guest tonight, well, let's see here. Back in 2006, he won the Forest Wood Cup as a co-angler before making the jump on the pro side the following year. Since then, his stats have just been off the charts with 3 first-place finishes, 31 top 10s, a 10-time Forest Wood Cup qualifier, 5-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, and one of the most impressive stats that I have ever seen. Since making the move to the Elite Series in 2019, he has finished in the money an astonishing 90.38% of his tournaments fished. Guys, the man with the plan, Matt Arey.
Man, I think he just lost signal. There he is. Let's see. Hold on. He might be coming back on. So guys, he is here. Y'all seen him? He he's having a little technical issues, but we're going to get it solved, and he'll be on here. But as we're waiting on him, guys, we want to thank y'all so much. This month has been a killer month for Deck Talk Podcast, and so let's see, is he going to come on? But it has been a heck of a month so far. Thank y'all so much for all that y'all done with watching. There he is.
There he is.
So let's see. He's frozen. So, but guys, we want to thank y'all so much, and our sponsors and stuff, and also iBass 360 as our title sponsor as well. But guys, just if you hold on a second with us, and I'm sure Matt will be able to get it going again. But guys, we do want to say thank you so much, and to the guys that are watching it, that is on Norman's Facebook page and iBass 360's Facebook and YouTube page. I'm glad that we finally been able to get that situated to Norman, to where it's been able to, now it's able to go live. So that's a blessing. So
yes,
Justin Flowers, what's up, man? So, and John Peck, yes, it has been cold. I know last night.
Cold's an understatement, dude. This is a Florida boy up here in Tennessee.
I know, John. I had to go to South Carolina last night and deliver some Little Debbie's, and I seen that it was going to be in the mid 50s, and so I was like, heck yeah, that's a lot better than the 7 degrees we seen last week. And so I worked in shorts and a cutoff. So, but heck yeah, hopefully here in a second there, let's do it. Yes, let's get this one, remove this one.
Tell you what, we're calling going out. There's not much that keeps me off the water But the last couple of weeks has been so dang cold, snow on the ground, ice on the ground. I almost got ready to put sleds on the bottom of my boat and said, "To heck with it," and hit the lake. But yeah, it's for this Florida boy, it's been extremely
Yeah.
chilling up here.
Sorry about that, Justin. I said flowers and it's Fowler. So I deeply apologize for that, brother. So hopefully he's going to be able to. It looked like he was about to get back on, but uh, so yeah, John Peck said he's from Florida. Uh, what's up, Harold Lincoln? What's up, brother? Hey. But well, but guys, yeah, we is he going to come on? It keeps on acting like it's going to.
And while we're kind of waiting, Colin, mentioned some of the, a lot of our sponsors, stuff like that. That's really, one of the main reasons why we're able to have the success we're having, with the podcast.
Yeah.
But we got to mention all of our viewers that watch us week in and week out, that watch us live every Thursday, that just feel like coming on and watching an hour of two dumb old goofy fishermen talk to some of the best fishermen in the world,
Yeah.
but if it wasn't for all of our viewers out there and the guys that are able to watch us live and the guys that might be working, might have other obligations and can't watch us live, that come on and watch us after it's already been recorded, is just off the charts, and we can't express enough how much we thank all of our viewers as well, man.
Yeah, that is totally spot on, Dorman. And also, we have our website is up, decktalkpodcast.com, and it shows our events and stuff that we're going to be going to. Also, it shows like who we got coming up. We got 2 months planned. We got like the month that we're in. We'll have the month that we're in, and then the next month, and it will show all of our guests that we have coming on. But other than that, I mean, this I'm excited about this weekend. We also got tomorrow. We're heading to the East Tennessee Fishing Expo. That's going to be a blast. We got some sponsor deal stuff that we got to take care of there. But let's see. Harold says not much. Can't do any fishing. Uh, Can't do any fishing that much. Let's see if he's there. He is. Let's get rid of this one and let's add him back on here. There he is.
Y'all got me now.
We got you, brother. we
Well,
we
so I was in my shop on the Wi-Fi, and of course it was fine before we went live, and then when it live, as the introduction was rolling, it started skipping and getting fuzzy. So I came up to the house, and I'm on my house Wi-Fi now. So we'll try this, see if it works.
we'll see
Sorry
how it
about that.
works. Oh, you're good, brother. We we just kind of kept it rolling. We knew you'd be back, so we just kind of just chit chatted along until you was able to get here. So, but so guys, again, if you don't know who this guy is, this is Bassmaster Elite Angler Matt Arey. Brother, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
And we deeply appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you guys having me.
Um, so our first question is like we want to ask you like how was the transition going from like the FLW tour to the Bassmasters Elite? Was it different for you, or was it almost like a smooth sailing, trying to just go on and just jump on in and get your feet wet with it?
It's breaking up a little bit. I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
I've
it's
got the
showing that it's
Wi-Fi
got
signal up here. But what you were saying was the transition. Yeah, it's showing good.
it's showing that you got one bar on my end.
Hmm. Okay, I'm on my Wi-Fi and it says it's strong, but I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on, guys. And I apologize if y'all lose me again.
Oh,
But
it's all good.
yeah, as far as the transition, it, as far as the talent level, I mean, you look at a lot of the guys I was fishing against over there. Of course, before you know when I first started FLW tour back in 07, 08, you had a lot of the West Coast guys, a lot of guys that ended up transitioning to bass. And I think the biggest reason you saw that, obviously, the Bassmaster Classic, which is the most prestigious sport, prestigious tournament in our sport. That's a childhood dream of every bass fisherman is to be on that stage.
Yeah. Oh man. So, but Brandon Heimer says, any tip for Lakeland there this Saturday? Let's.
So
Uh,
Bass at the time was a much bigger brand than FLW was. Talent
right.
wise, there was just as much talent at FLW as Bass, and I think there's a misconception out there. There's talent at every level, but the Bassmaster Opens is full of it. Even on the BPT side, the Toyota Series is full of it. There's so many young guys in this game now that are so much more advanced than we were when we were that age that they just learn everything a lot faster because they've got access to information that we didn't have back then.
Right.
You can click anything. I mean, you got a tournament on whatever lake in the first week of March, and you type in YouTube March 2nd bass fishing on Toledo
Whatever.
Bend
Like
Reservoir,
right.
and you'll probably have 50 videos. Yeah, so
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a lot of young guns in this sport now.
Yeah. And I don't see. I mean, the rookies that's coming up, or even the guys that are in the opens. I mean, it's just getting stronger and stronger. I mean, you're even seeing it like from the collegiate level down to the high school level. They're so dialed in, especially with the forward facing sonar. Um, but I think they're kind of missing that little bit from time to time, like how we grew up and we beat the banks because that's where we thought the fish were. Um, to where, like how I know that you like uh, you like the shallow power fish and stuff like that, to where a lot of these younger anglers and stuff are really not niched into that shallow water power fishing.
Yeah, that's a very accurate statement. I think the biggest difference now is the learning curve is so much shorter. A
Right.
lot of these guys, they don't have to fish off as much instinct and experience. And
It showed that he had full signal. I don't know what's going on. So, but guys, yeah, we're while we're waiting on him to come back again. We don't know. He's having Wi-Fi issues. But while we're waiting on him to come back, uh, Norman and I, if you go to our website, you'll see what we've got coming up. Like here, the next 2 weeks, we're going to be putting some miles on the old truck, aren't we?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna be doing a lot of driving around in the truck. I think, of course, I think you mentioned tomorrow we're going to the Knoxville or the Southeast or the East Tennessee Fishing Expo there in Knoxville. Next week we're doing another tackler boat show. Where's that? Is that going to be in? That's going to be where? That's Nashville.
Middle Tennessee. It's the boat and fishing show at the Farm Bureau Center. I think it's actually the Wilson County Fairgrounds. Um, a week from Saturday.
Yeah,
So, but the following or a week from tomorrow, we're actually going to be at the Bassmasters headquarters. We're going to be doing some filming there, and actually going to
right.
grab a couple of them, and we're going to be doing a little podcast that's going to be. It's going to be shown later, so it's not going to be that episode on Friday. Will not be a live episode, but we will be live next week. We've got a hammer coming on from the great state of Michigan. He is one of the best that I've seen, and we're going to definitely get our feet wet and probably going to be above our heads, Norman, with the forward facing sonar, and we're going to be talking about
That'd be above
catching.
my head.
We're definitely going to be talking about some catching some big old footballs of some smallmouth, and and so and then he's also with Berkeley. So I've got a couple of baits and stuff that I want to definitely talk to him about, especially that new Berkeley Credge, and see what his opinion is on that as well.
Yeah.
But
And when you mentioned we're going to be at Birmingham uh, the following Friday or
yeah,
on February 2nd, we're going to be filming or recording a podcast. Of course, we're going to be at the Classic coming up the week of the 21st of March. We'll be up there
yeah,
doing our media stuff with the Classic at the Bassmaster Classic. But
yeah,
that episode is actually going to be uh, on Thursday during the Classic. That's actually media day. So we're going to
yeah,
be so busy up there with the things we got to be doing at the Classic. We are going to air that episode for our regular episode on that Thursday during the Bassmaster Classic. Of course, we are also going to be doing a live. It's going to be on a different day. We don't have the exact day. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday.
yeah.
But we're going to be in the press conference room at the Classic, just like we done last year. And we will do a live from the Classic some point during the week.
Yeah. Hey, Norman. Just a little FYI. Please don't, because you're blowing the speakers out when you get right up on that mic. So
Go forward.
yeah, don't go forward. You're killing my ears.
Uh,
but but yeah, we're still waiting on Matt to get here. But speaking of the classic and the media day, we're definitely we're gonna be doing a little video with Matt. We're gonna try to get to where we can get him as one of the anglers that we're going to be able to interview during the media day as well. So
yeah.
um,
Last year during media day, it was kind of when we got our credentials for media members, they kind of gave us or we gave them a list of who we wanted to interview, which I think the list was you list about 10 or 12 anglers. Well, once we got in there, that going into our second year, second time being members of the media, they're kind of know a little bit more than we knew going in last time. It was pretty much a free for all. So
yeah,
we could
we
have interviewed a lot more last time, but we just didn't because they weren't on our list. So definitely we're going to be looking to interview Matt again there and kind of widen the spectrum of our interviews this year versus what we done last year.
yeah. So we're definitely going to hit a lot more of the anglers this year, especially if it goes like how it did. I mean, because you get 10 minutes with each angler just to kind of chit chat with them, and uh, we ran through all of ours, and then we just started just hitting other people who didn't have anybody around them, and so or we just squeezed right on in when when we
Yeah,
can with some of the anglers. Um, but I mean, it's a blast if
yeah,
you have a chance to be able to go to Tulsa here at the end of March to watch the classic. I suggest that. I mean, I highly recommend. It is one of the best shows that you can watch. I mean,
exactly. And when Colin says it's one of the best shows you could ever watch, it is a show. They put on a show. And I tell you what, yeah, if you're a fisherman, if you're a fan of bass fishing in general, you need to put that on your bucket list. That is something you have to do at least once. Once you go once, you're going to have to be going back. But
right?
if you haven't never been, it's something you have to do at least once
Yep.
in your life. And it's just they literally put on a show, especially once the weigh-in starts and the arena opens up.
Yeah. And the thing is, and like Bass has done it, and how they do it is, I mean, it's just so special, uh, and it's amazing, that how you can actually get to each angler and be able to talk to each angler while you're there and stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
So, but
And Colin, I've said this before. There's not many professional level sports out there that gives you full access to the ball players. Where
right,
you can literally go up the morning of the event, or when or just in line and just be able to see them, get pictures with them, talk to them, wish them good luck in the morning. But you can't do that with football. You can't do that with baseball. There's no other.
Mm-mm.
There's no other. There's no stick and ball sport out there that you can do that with. That's kind
No.
of, that's what I think. One of the reasons separates the sport of bass fishing from all the other sports out there is just the access you get to the players
Yeah.
that you can get with any other sport.
Yeah, and I mean, and while you're there, I mean, it's just not to where you're just sitting there watching a screen and stuff like that. The expo and stuff that they have is by far one of the best expos that you can go to. Every bait company that is has ever thought about being a bait company is there. Um, and that's where like you can go, you can meet up with the guys, especially you'll have a lot of the MLF, the Bass Pro Tour guys that they will have sponsor stuff that they have to do. So they'll be in the booth. So you'll be able to see them. They'll be out just walking around. I mean, they are very approachable to where you can just go up and just start chit chatting with them. And it's a blast, isn't it,
Oh
Norman?
yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt at all. And just talking about the expo, Colin, I would put the Bassmaster Classic Expo just, I mean, just under. I would put it second only to ICAST as
Yeah.
far as how big
But
it is.
yeah, but for the public people,
But that's the thing. It's open to the general public where ICAST is not. You
yeah,
have to be registered through a company to get into ICAST,
right.
where the Classic Expo is open to everybody.
Yeah.
So, but next to ICAST, as far as the size of it, who they have, the vendors, the whole deal. Next to ICAST, I don't think there's a bigger one out
No.
there.
And another great thing about it is it's free.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
free.
Free,
So
free, free is good,
yeah,
especially today's day and age.
yeah. You don't
Every time you
see. I
mention
mean,
free is good.
they could. I mean, they could rack up. I mean, if they even if they just charge $10 a ticket for you to come into the arena just to watch the weigh-ins. I mean, they could rack up, and they want it to be a show for the audience and stuff, and they make it a show. And so it is awesome.
Hey,
Y'all,
go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and try to go ahead and shoot Matt the link again, another email with the link in it again. See if he.
yeah,
I mean, that might be an issue. He might have lost it completely and trying to click onto the same link. It might not be working.
yeah. Let's see. Don't need to do that one.
But anyway, while Colin's doing that, guys, yeah, the classic must attend. And I don't have the dates right in front of me. It's the March 20th, 21st, 22nd, whatever that
Uh,
falls in.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. Let's see. Let's pull out the old calendar.
Well, Colin,
Um,
go ahead.
let's see. It's going to be the 21st through the 24th of March in in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on Grand Lake.
And
And
I was gonna
so,
say too, if you do get a chance to go this year, another thing you have to do is go to the send off. Uh,
oh yeah,
and not only the weigh-in guys, but opening up the send off, especially on day one
yeah,
opening ceremonies. But go to the send off each
yeah,
day, and they put on a show in the send off too. It's not only just the boats lining up and going; they put on a real show there.
yeah.
So that's
It,
that's another must see. You have to go to the water. You get right down to the water edge and watch the boats as they're being called. It's just an impressive sight.
yeah. And I mean, there ain't nothing like having excuse me, old Mercer hollering and hooting and hollering and screaming and calling out the guys at 6:30 in the morning. No better wake up call right there.
Exactly.
So, but Norman, hey, while we're still waiting on Matt, let's talk a little bit um, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors while we're waiting on that. If and so we can kind of throw while we're waiting on him, we can throw them some love, and we'll
Exactly. And like you said earlier, Colin, we owe a great deal of gratitude to every one of our sponsors and partners. We call them sponsors, but they're basically our partners with
yeah,
the podcast. Uh, they partnered with us, and we'll start right out at the beginning. Our title sponsor for Deck Talk is iBass360. You got to check out iBass's website. Go to their Facebook page. But I'm not going to spend too much time on each because we might not have that much time to do it when Matt gets back on. But anyway, let's go down. Bruiser Baits. Bruiser Baits is another one. I personally been with Bruiser Baits now for the past 9 years. And when myself and Colin started the podcast, they rolled right over and jumped right on board with us on the podcast as well. And they're actually the sponsor for tonight's episode. Spear Point Performance hooks. You got to check these hooks out. Best hooks on the water. You will not shake fish off with Spear Point hooks the way they are designed. Proline Baits is another one. Riff headgear, Riff mast, YOLO Tech. Keep recording with YOLO Tech. 95% of the anglers today like to run a camera when they get out on the water.
yeah,
There's no better way to capture everything you do on the water. And you know what? Also, Colin, when we're on the water filming, another way that we use the footage as well, even if we don't use it in our videos, we like to have it as a backlog. Back in the day, everybody always wrote. I know for
yeah.
years when I was fishing.
I had one of these in the boat, my little
Yeah, when I
spiral
was
notebook.
fishing tournaments on a regular basis, I was a big note taker. I'd had
Yeah,
a notebook and a clipboard in my boat. Well, now you don't have to do that because all you have to do is store your footage, go back. If you want to see a certain way you were fishing a certain bait 2 years ago, go back to your footage. There's no better way, but with YOLO Tech, it allows you to do that. No more changing batteries in your camera. But anyway, let's move right along. And I don't have my list in front of me.
Firefly.
Oh,
You can't.
Firefly
Yeah,
Marine. And again, Firefly Marine guys, you got to check them out. Um, uh, we've been actually partnered with Firefly pretty much from the inception of the Deck Talk podcast.
yeah,
A great company, and again, just like Bruiser Baits and a lot of the other companies too that we partnered with, they're all family owned and operated. They don't only own, run, and operate these companies, but they're also fishermen.
that's
So,
it.
what better people, or what better anglers, or what better company owners to build products for fishing than the guys that actually get out on the water like we do and use them
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
So I know I probably left out a couple. Go ahead and see if you could fill in the rest.
Um, we let's see what else is and main thing is also like we got iBass 360, and so iBass 360 has gotten to be to where they are the title sponsor for Deck Talk podcast. Um, they have done a lot for us, and so we are working with them to be able to grow our platforms, their platforms, and it has been a an honor and a blessing to be able to work with them. So
And also Deep South Vinyl. Deep
yeah,
South Vinyl has pretty much been with us since the inception of the podcast as well. Anything graphic, anything lettering. If you're a business owner or just an angler that wants to promote their favorite products that they use on the water every day, um, lettering your truck, lettering your boat, whatever you want to do, anything lettering, anywhere from like this here.
yeah, they
Jump
done our tumblers.
anything that you want lettering on, Deep
Yeah,
South Vinyl. Not only that, but Sport Fishing Outlet. Sport Fishing Outlet. Uh, we just linked up with them fairly recently, but another great company. They're Pennsylvania based. Go on their website and check them out as well. And you know
yeah,
what? we're leaving off our company, Colin.
Yeah,
Chat Down Lures.
Chat Town Lures.
Chat
Uh,
Down Lures out. Chat Down Lures is something that me and Colin started when about 3-4 years ago, I guess. For maybe
yeah,
4.
not that's probably about 2.5 years ago.
I was at it. See, that's how time flies when you're having fun. But anyway, yeah, we make all kinds of micro jigs, swim jigs, any kind of jigs you could ask for. So check them
Yeah,
out as well.
yeah. So I don't know if Matt's going to be able to come back on. He sent me an email saying that he doesn't know what's going on. He's done other shows from the house with the Wi-Fi. He just can't figure it out. But so with that being said, guys, we're probably not going to stay on this too terribly much longer, just for the fact because I know y'all came on here to be able to talk to Matt Arey again. He is having Wi-Fi issues, or it's a technical issues. Don't know if because we done everything the same way that we always do, so we don't know if it's on our end or if it's on his end. Uh,
We'll let everybody know though down the road because we'll definitely reschedule
yeah,
that and get him back
yeah.
on so we can do a full episode with him. So we do apologize for that. And once we get this figured out, we're definitely going to reschedule and get him back on. So we'll kind of give everybody the heads up when that's going to be down the road.
So, but also, sorry, I was trying to text or text him back and forth, and
Multitasking, something I
yeah,
can't do. I can say
it's
it, but I can't do it.
uh, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go with that. So, yes, Kim had just came on and said Jack's bait and tackle is late. Can't watch you live, but you guys are awesome. We appreciate you. I'll go watch you later. Ordering new stocks. Kim, she is a die-hard lady right there.
Yeah, I tell you what, Cam, and they're another a local bait and tackle shop here that myself and Colin use quite often, and I mean quite often, and we do what we can to help Cam promote as well as a local
Yeah.
tackle shop that we go into on a frequent basis. But yeah, if you're in the Chattanooga area, guys, you got to go in Jack's Bait and Tackle and check Kim out. Kim and her crew, very well stocked, very clean, well maintained store, right there in the Chattanooga area, and she's pretty locally centered, right by Lake Nickajack and Lake Chickamauga as
Yeah.
well. It's kind of right there, where it's a short drive to both. So you got to check her out.
So, Antonio Gomez said, "God bless you all. Go,
Thank
go,
you.
Gomez for kids and family."
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
So, Antonio, God bless you too, brother. And thanks for coming on. And hopefully, we will. Again, we got Benjamin Nowak. If y'all know who Benjamin Nowak is, you know that he is a hammer up in Michigan. He's going to be on next week and get ready to learn some stuff about some catching some big old smallmouth, Norman. So,
Exactly.
um,
I'm excited about that show. If you're kind of wanting to learn a little bit about the electronic stuff like that, we're gonna be talking to Benjamin a lot about how he targets some smallmouth,
yeah.
uh, and how he catches them. So it's gonna be a fun episode, man. Looking real forward to that.
Yeah. So, and I forgot, I got started reading Brandon Heimer's question. Was any tips for Lake Lanier this Saturday? I need help. I got a high school tournament, excuse me, and have never been there.
I was
Just
again,
get,
Brandon. I mean, me personally, it's been about 5-6 years, and I've only been there once, and it's been
yeah.
a long time.
Well,
I don't have nothing current.
It's going to be a spotted bass. It is a spotted bass lake, Brandon. So, um,
You could win a tournament if you get on the right spotted bass. You could win a tournament on spotted bass there.
yeah. The best thing that we can say is a spinner bait for one. Throw a spinner bait, probably a white one, um, and follow the birds. That's probably going to be our best. I mean, because I don't know if you have a forward facing sonar to be able to spot the bait and stuff like that and spot the fish.
Yeah.
But I don't know with the rain, Brandon, that what we've got. I went by Lanier today and it was nothing but chocolate milk. So hopefully, I I don't know if I doubt what you got 2 days.
Yes,
Um,
if it was chocolate milk today, it's not going to clean up that quick.
Not no. I mean, because I really don't know how much water, Norman, that gets pushed in it. It's not like Chickamauga to where, I mean, is chocolate milk and it could be cleaned out or at least a lot cleaner. Not it won't be completely cleaned out, but
Yeah,
in 2 days,
if it's dirty, like Colin used the reference chocolate milk. I mean, me personally, without being there in a while, spinner baits, but use oversized blades. Use something that's going to make a lot of noise, a lot of clanking,
yeah,
something to really get their attention.
and
Uh,
try to keep it up in the water column
yep.
because the Brandon, the bait fish right now uh, is going to be. I mean, I don't. But what's going to happen in the wintertime? The bait fish, you're going to have the bait fish. Everybody thinks that the bait fish or the big fish or the fish are going to be up underneath it. You're going to have some fish up underneath it, but the fish that you're going to want to catch for a tournament is actually going to be above them. So if you use that spinner bait and keep it up, just having it to where it's running the top of the water is how I would go with it,
And
brother.
another thing too, first thing in the morning, before you start going to your spinner baits with the bigger blades and stuff, first thing in the morning, you might want to have a bigger top water type bait on that makes a lot of noise, that moves a lot of water. Maybe something like
Yeah,
a zero spook that you could really walk at a rapid pace. Something that they could hear and sense above them. Uh,
yeah,
because them fish in the upside top of that water column, even if they're at 5, 6, 7 foot of water, or even deeper than that, they will come busting up after a top water moving bait. But again, with the water clarity, the chocolate milk looking water, you want to use something that's going to move a lot of water, push a lot of water, make a lot of noise on the surface. But once the first hour of the tournament's done, I'd put that away and just start covering. If you're not on anything in practice or you don't get a chance to practice, just keep the trolling motor down. I would find an area that looks good. Don't even crank your big motor up if you don't know where you're going.
yeah.
Just start fishing and just cover water, keep the bait wet, and keep the bait moving, and cover territory. And
Follow birds. Follow birds.
by the end of the day, you're probably going to have 5 fish in the boat.
Yeah. So, but other than that, Norman, you got anything? Anything
Yeah,
else?
I'm just going to do a self plug here. If you're down in the South Florida area coming up, I will be down in Florida for 2.5 weeks, the middle of February. Um, I have most of my days right now is booked, but I still do have, I think I have 4 full days still available. And I have, I think, 3 or 4 half days still available. So if you're down in the South Florida area around Sebring, Okeechobee, Kissimmee, anywhere in that area, give me a call, and I'll give you my available days left. But that's going to be February 20th.
Four, you got.
February.
You're going down there the 14th.
Well, I'm leaving the 14th.
Yeah.
Once I get there, I'm going to have 3 days of practice. I'm going to basically practice on 3 different lakes that I'm going to be guiding on while I'm there. So I
Yeah.
have a day of practice on each lake, and then I'm taking the next day off, and I start my trips on that Monday, which is the 20th, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I'll be guiding all the way up through March 6th. So, like I say, if you're down there, you want to have a fun day on the waters, try to go after some of those legendary double-digit fish that everybody hears about down in Florida. Give me a call, and we'll have fun going trying to target a few of them.
Yeah. So, but other than that, again, if y'all are going to the East Tennessee Fishing Expo, Norman and myself will be there tomorrow. So if you're going to be up there and you see us, or if you just see us out, period, just come up. Don't be afraid to holler at us. Even if you see these guys that are professional, the guys, I mean, they are the most approachable guys that you can see. So if you see us or see any guys, just go up and just start chit chatting with them.
And you go to the show, and it's not expensive to get in. I think it's $10.
Yeah.
It gives you a full day. They'll stamp your hand if you want to go out and go to lunch, come back. You get back in just for the $10. Go in and out all day long if you need to. If you are there, uh, one of the booths we want to point out to you, stop by Farley Outdoors.
Yeah.
Farley Outdoors is going to be there again this year with a great big setup. And one of the reasons I'm saying Farley Outdoors too is he is going to be there with his Firefly navigational light display, which
Yeah.
Firefly navigational lights, Firefly is one of our
And
partners as well.
yeah,
So we're
and
going to have
Chad Watts is going to be there.
exactly Chad Watts will be at Farley Outdoors booth as well. So we're going to hang out there a little bit, talk with them guys. If you see us at the Farley Outdoor booth, come up and say hi. We love talking fishing. So, so anyway, yeah, Farley Outdoors, put that on your list to stop by if you're there.
Yep. And so you're going to be able to see a lot of the usually like at the East Tennessee, the Middle Tennessee, or Cartersville, or Huntsville and stuff. You're going to see more of the dealers instead of or in the custom bait makers there at those expos. Um, so and you're I mean and you're going to be able to find some deals. And I know one thing. I went to Jack's Bait and Tackle yesterday, Norman, and Kim's told me that she's gonna be getting some. She's gonna be racking up on some baits here when she goes Saturday. So they're gonna. It's. There's no telling what she's gonna come back with, Norman.
Exactly. Um,
So
yeah, and also that's the oldness coming out of me. I was about to say something, and
Spear Point.
as easy it comes in my head, it goes right out. Um, is Art and the guys going to be there? Spear Point.
I believe so. They're usually there.
All right. If yeah, that's another must see. If you guys are there kicking around, Spear Point Performance Hooks, look
Yeah.
them up as well. And,
And
and
Proline.
I got a Proline. Did you see Proline's going to be there?
He said he was.
All right, Proline Baits. Yeah, another one you got to check out. Another one of our great partners. Another
You're
booth.
killing me. Moving up like that, you're blowing my ears out.
I just drank me a bucked up energy here right before the show started, so I'm not going to get any sleep tonight.
Yeah.
But anyway, another booth I want to we want to mention also is, and actually he was our guest on last week's episode with Torrent Outdoors, John Nelson. If I remember right, John Nelson is he not going to be there now?
No, he didn't get in. He didn't. He's because he's getting ready for the Middle Tennessee one.
Oh, okay. Then I
Yeah.
apologize, John. That's what I seen, and I know I seen that he was going to be at one of the shows, so I
Yeah.
just kind of assumed it was the East Tennessee show.
Yeah. Then you got Wade Warren with the Thunder Rockets is probably going to be there. Not for sure, but
Shout
he
out,
was there.
shout out to Wade too. Wade came through for us big time, and I do mean big time in a benefit event we had a while back at Jack's Bait and Tackle
Yeah.
for autism anglers. He
Yes.
sent us a big package to raffle off. So shout out to Wade with Thunder Rockets.
Yeah. So But other than that, guys, I think we're going to get off here. And so, what's up, Greg? Thanks for coming on here, brother. We had Matt Arey on, but we was having some technical issues with some Wi-Fi, I think. But
And again, guys, also,
we're
we
going.
go ahead, Colin.
We're going to reschedule
Yeah,
with him because I just texted him. I told him, I said no, when he said that he's having issues and stuff. Couldn't figure it out. I just texted him and said no problem, brother. I said we'll just reschedule it and get you on here. So, but guys, again, we want to say we're sorry for the technical issues. But we did make it for 45 minutes just rambling on, Norman.
yeah. I appreciate everybody that hung out with us. I guess this episode turned into another. Well, hey, look at it on the bright side. We haven't had a chat with Normally and Colin Burnett for quite some time, so
Yeah.
kind of turned
But
out.
again,
So
but I mean, because we've been able to also to be able to tell our viewers and stuff, thanks for watching.
yeah,
I mean, because we have hit some numbers that we have not hit, and I mean, we're in the millions of
yeah,
what we've been able to do just this month of views, and so we could not do that without y'all and without our sponsors.
yeah.
So again, thank you, iBass 360, YOLO Tech, Firefly Outdoor Marine, Spear Point, Pro Line Baits, Bruiser Baits, Bucked Up Energy, and I can't remember. I know we've got so many of them that
Buck,
I did.
buck, Bucked Up Energy, Proline Baits, Rift Mass, Deep South Vinyl, Sport Fishing Outlet. Um, and I think you already mentioned Bruiser Baits, Bass Addiction Gear, Spear Point Performance Hooks, Bucked Up Energy, Outdoor, Firefly Outdoor and Marine, YOLO Tech, iBass 360, which is also our title sponsor for Deck Talk Podcast, Deep
That,
South Vinyl, Sport Fishing Outlet, and Chat Town Lures.
that's it. Hey, what's up, Tom? Well, you know, brother. So Tom's one of our buddies. That's a local guy here. He's a hammer. He won't say it, but he's a hammer. But along with old Greg Worsham. But so Greg is a good friend of ours as well, and with Talking Tackle, and then Wishing I Was Fishing Guide Service. But they've been on some killer fish. I don't know, Norman, if you've seen that here this week. They have been on some killer fish.
And I tell you what, I usually like to spend about an hour a day just on social media stuff, just seeing what's going on. But man, it's been so busy here this past week here in the office, doing different things, trying to get different things done. I really kind of been laxing in the social media department, other than
Yeah,
doing the posts we have to do. Checking out everybody else's, and maybe next week I'll be able to get back and start seeing what everybody else is up to again.
yeah. So we had Kim on here earlier. Now we got old Chuck on here. What's up, brother?
Chuck.
So So, but guys, again, we want to apologize for not really. I mean, we had Matt Arey on here for about 5 minutes, and that was it. And
And we,
he lost service, and then he came back, and then he lost it again, and then he doesn't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. So we'll get it all figured out. We're definitely going to have another great episode next week with Benjamin Nowak. If you don't know him, go check him out on YouTube at Benjamin Nowak Fishing, and go watch him slay some monster. I mean, monster smallmouth up in Michigan, and we're gonna have him on here. And so, other than that, I might try to sneak it. I might send the link to old Caleb Bell so he can sneak in on us on that one, just so because they're good buddies, and so he can rag old Benjamin.
not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but the week after Benjamin's, we have Neil Stark with Fishing with America's Finest. He's coming
Yeah,
back on for a second time, so an hour and 10, whatever our first episode with Neil was, definitely never enough time, and usually get, about half the topic list done that we usually want to do. So we're going to have Neil on for a second time, talking with Neil down there, what he has going on, what he has coming up, stuff like
Yeah. I mean, but again, guys, if you want to know like who we've got coming up here within the next 2 months or so, go to our website at www.decktalkpodcast.com. You're able to actually send us messages if you have any questions and stuff like that. You can see like our sponsors. You get to see who we got coming on. You get to see our schedule of what we've got going on,
where
and
we're going to be,
yeah,
at different events we're going to be at. So if you're there, you could come say hi to us. But any news information you want to find out about the Deck Talk podcast, like Colin says, everything we have coming up is going to be on the schedule there.
yeah,
And there's a lot of other stuff there as well. Also, it's not quite ready yet, but eventually we are going to have our online store on
yeah.
the website as well.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Tom said, really enjoyed the Jimmy Houston a couple weeks ago. Man, Tom, that episode was probably my favorite. I mean, they have all been good, but
all
that was
good.
probably my one of my favorite episodes that we've been able to do. It was a blessing to be able to have Mr. Jimmy on, and but I mean, we just started the year, guys. We got some hammers that are going to be coming on, and so we're in the process of talking to some more of our fishing legends to be able to get them on here as well. But again, guys, we're going to be getting off here. Thanks for getting on here and watching us just ramble on. And again, we apologize for the technical issues that we had with Matt Arey. We're going to get them solved. We're going to get him to reschedule. Um, but other than that, guys, it has been a blessing to be able to just come here and just chit chat with y'all for a second. Well, it's not just a second; it's been 51 minutes. But so we're gonna get off here. I'm gonna go feed my face, Norman, and
Early
I
morning.
will. I'll see you in the morning, Norman, and let's head out to Knoxville for the fishing show, brother.
That's right, guys. Hey, live the passion.
Live the passion, brothers.